introduce shock or friction to it, then it explodes. It detonates very, very rapidly. This is actually stronger than
What's up, y'all, and welcome back to another episode of C4 Table Talk, man. You already know who it is. It's your boy Mari, and with me, as always, we got the boys in the building. We got that boy Dave in the building.
Yeah, yo. What's good, everybody?
We got that boy Luke in the building. And we got that boy B. Shao in the building.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon.
And today, y'all, we got a little special episode that we bringing back from, I believe, maybe last year or the year before. In this little spirit of March Madness.
Hey, shout out to Michigan schools. Shout out to Michigan schools. Sweet
Hey,
16.
man, you know, I'm not gonna lie. Michigan they shocked me. They surprised me. Didn't think we was gonna make it this far, but hey.
Yeah, they got a tough one.
They've
Thursday,
definitely
Friday, whatever day it
surpassed
is.
expectations.
They do have a tough one coming up. We'll say that. Definitely a tough matchup. Hey, Dave, how about those Buckeyes?
But you know what's crazy? I was literally just listening to our last podcast when we were talking about this today. I am not a Buckeyes basketball fan. I don't even know what it was. If they even, you feel me? I don't even know their status.
Well, their status is
Their status is done.
Their
status is Mexico.
You said they're on spring break right now.
They're on that Carnival cruise.
I need to go on.
Living their best life right now. But yeah, man, we got a nice little March Madness MCU movie edition bracket for y'all today. And we're just gonna get right into that. See if I can share screen so y'all can see. All right. So it looked like I went through randomly seeded all of these. So some of these movies got some buys for the first round. So I'm gonna be too much discussion until the second round. But first up, we got The Marvels versus Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. Hey, I'm gonna let you take this off.
Oh my god, my Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, and that's crazy to say, but the Marvels was man.
It's a good matchup.
It's a great matchup. That is the matchup for round one.
I'm gonna
Way to
go.
kick it off.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah.
Yep. Doctor Strange.
Yeah, bro.
Moving on.
How does this work?
I don't think you got to do anything because are you on the second round already?
Make me put in. There we go. We just gotta put in point number system.
You gotta put in scores.
Let's see. The next one is.
Oh, so like it'd be like if it was 3-1, you could just put 3-1.
Yeah. So we got Iron Man 3, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
This is another good one. This is another good one. To be honest,
I will say
this isn't the machete guy.
no, Iron Man 3 is with all the Iron Man suits, like flying around by themselves. The what's his name? The Mandarin, the fake Mandarin.
Yeah. Okay.
I will say outside of a couple of scenes and one bad CGI character, I might have to go Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, because everything else in that movie, like, the world that they were in, the quantum world, looked good. I feel like seeing that version of King was good, and I feel like everything else, like it was a decent movie compared to Iron Man 3. I mean, Iron Man 3 was a decent movie, so I think I'd give it maybe to Quantumania, but I don't know. That's just what I think.
I think
I've seen an Iron Man 3.
What you said about? You said what about everything?
I think I'm leaning that way.
Oh, this is another good matchup.
This is a good matchup because I'm really trying to think through the movies as a whole right now. Okay, let me do this. All right, which movie that I enjoy both movies. Let's go villain. What villain was better, in my opinion? I think that Jonathan Majors did a very good job. It was a very good way to portray how he would play the character, even though he's not playing the character now. I think it was very, very I did actually hear that. Yeah, you're right. So I'm gonna give that to Quantumania. Like you said, the world, it was a lot of world building. Like we saw a whole different universe for real. That can be thrown in there.
and it looked good. It wasn't.
Yeah,
It wasn't terribly
it was
done.
decent. Like you
It
said, the
looked good.
CGI just that one part. It was pretty
With
good.
MODOK,
Now Iron Man
was terrible.
3, that was cool too. I don't know. I don't know if it's just me comparing it to the first and second one. It just didn't really
Hit the same.
hit the same. You know what I mean?
I think in terms of enjoyment, it's got to
Okay,
go to
wait,
Ant
wait,
Man and the
okay.
Wasp.
If we hold on, I was gonna say if we want to go off of that, if we compare Quantumania to
That's
Ant-Man
fair.
1 and 2, I feel like this one hit more than the
In
first two.
those, I
Yeah.
agree. I'd personally give it to Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah.
Looks like that's what's gonna happen. Let's see if we got any more. I think there might be one more. We got Spider-Man No Way Home, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever.
Oh, that's easy. Spider-Man No Way Home.
I always forget which one's No Way Home. That's the
The third one.
see, bro.
No, that one's easy for me.
The problem I have with No Way Home is why was Electro in it? Why was Sandman in it? Why was the Lizard in it? If all you're gonna focus on is Doc Ock and Green Goblin, it's a pretty.
That's the only problem with it.
To me, I feel like it's a okay movie. It's not as great as I feel like a lot of people try to say it is, but it's just.
But is it better than Wakanda Forever? To me, it is. As enjoyment, as a movie as a whole,
I'm trying to think, bro.
Just-
These are two different movies. I will say that two very different movies as far as like tone, because one is a very strong like tribute movie compared to the other, which is
that's
more
true.
nostalgia.
You
That's
could
true.
say No Way Home's a good tribute movie though too. They brought back all the Spider-Mans.
But that's more nostalgic though. That's not really a tribute to them. It'd be
Rest
different.
in peace.
I don't know. I'm gonna go Black Panther because they brought in Namor, and that was really good. Seeing the whole Undercity world with them, seeing how they fight, seeing how strong they are. The
Namor
tribute
was a good villain. I will say that.
Did you enjoy that movie more than you enjoyed Spider-Man?
See, I saw Spider-Man more because I went with a lot of different people to go see that movie.
Hey,
And I think the more times I went and saw it, the more the like enjoyment got taken out of it. Whereas Wakanda Forever, I only went and saw it once.
I can confidently say that I went to see Wakanda Forever once, and I did not enjoy that movie.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think I'm also gonna have to go with No Way Home.
Well, Lucas, it's on you.
I thought Wakanda Forever was a good movie, but I still feel No Way Home would get my vote.
Well,
Yeah,
at the end of the day,
A lot of good matchups, so round one.
Yeah, the tribute and all that's cool. At the end of the day, these are superhero movies.
But bro, think about it. What else could they have done with that Black Panther movie? Tell me, Dave. You lay out a whole story right now.
Let's see. Not much.
Exactly. So it's like I feel like,
but that doesn't mean it's better than No Way Home. That's all I'm saying. It's not. I enjoy No Way Home better. Action was better.
Okay, wait.
We come to watch a superhero movie for some action. The action was better. It was there.
But did you like that movie for the action or the nostalgia of seeing the other Spider-Man?
Regardless of what I liked it for.
Hold on, no. This is just pure curiosity.
I liked it for what it was.
See, you trying to avoid the question.
No, I'm not. What I was is an action movie with Spider-Man's in it.
Hey, Guardians Volume 2, Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. I'm not gonna lie. I couldn't tell you a lick or a scene or how even Guardians 2 even started. So you know my vote. Multiverse of Madness.
Guardians 2.
I don't even remember that movie. I truly do not remember how that movie started.
It's Guardians 2.
Who's the villain in Guardians 2?
Ego.
Exactly my point, Lucas. If you can remember that, bro, then
Ego.
it wasn't a good movie.
His father.
Yeah, I do remember this one. Come on now. Guardians is my favorite series. I just forgot which one it was. They got my vote.
No bias though. Was it better than Doctor Strange?
Yes.
Spider-Man Far From Home or Ant-Man? Might have to go Ant.
Yeah, that one's got to be Spider-Man.
I don't want to make this one interesting and go Ant-Man.
I think the big reason for me is this is a big thing, especially in the second one specifically, is the villain had no interest in Spider-Man. The only reason why he had somewhat of a connection was because of Tony Stark. He was more mad at Tony Stark and the dang glasses and everything than he was at Spider-Man.
It was still Spider-Man's problem though.
But it's
still something.
It's an Iron Man villain. That's what it is.
Okay, but what that mean? What are you trying to say? It's Iron Man villain that Spider-Man had to step up and defeat. Iron Man level threat that Spider-Man had to step up and defeat.
I don't know. I feel like to me, Ant-Man was a better movie. I feel like Ant-Man had a pretty unique, I would say, origin story compared to most. And two, I think it just brought in, if we want to go into the realm of impact, I feel like it might have a little bit bigger impact on the MCU, bringing in PEM particles, which we all know leads to time traveling and the whole time heist in Infinity War and Endgame. So that's my reasoning for Ant-Man there.
Which one of these movies did you watch more?
I will say, quite frankly, brother, I can't really tell you how many times I've seen Far From Home. But I will say I have caught Ant-Man on TV quite a few times compared to Far From Home.
See, but I've caught Far From Home on TV a couple times.
I wouldn't say I've watched Far From Home. I mean, I wouldn't say that I've watched Ant-Man a ton, but compared to Far From Home, I've watched Ant-Man more than Far From Home.
Shit, I could tell you this. I watched more of the old Spider-Mans than I watched the newer ones, as a general. I'll still go back and watch them old boys, for real. But I'm sticking with Far From Home on this one. Ant-Man was good, though. A good origin story.
Far From Home was better.
Spider-Man had to step up.
Why was Far From Home better, Brandon?
It was more entertaining.
Better action.
Better action.
That's true.
Better story. Better fight scenes.
Better characters.
Definitely better characters. I can't lie. I don't like Ant-Man. I don't like him.
I wouldn't say I don't like Ant-Man. I wouldn't say I don't like Ant-Man, but like Spider-Man just delivered more for me.
It hits different.
I feel like all four of us here, I'm probably the least locked into my choice. Let's just go with Spider-Man for this one.
See, bro,
Wait, put 2v2 real quick. I want to see what happened.
Nothing.
All right. I want to see if he was going to pick something random. Ooh, it's a good one.
Civil War? This is a good one. Civil War or Ragnarok?
That's a good one.
A good matchup.
It's a good one. They both brought a lot to the table.
That is true.
They both played a major part in progressing the story.
I will say, think this goes to Ragnarok. And here's my thinking. Ragnarok is one of Thor's best films in his trilogy.
It is his best.
Civil War is not the best in Captain America's trilogy.
That is true.
Winter Soldier is. I also see Civil War being more of an Avengers movie. And as far as enjoyment, I would find Ragnarok more enjoyable than Civil War.
No, I can't say that. That is the part I cannot agree with, personally. Seeing all those heroes come together, pick teams, and fighting throughout the whole movie, that was pure entertainment for me. And then you got a really good villain, someone who's powerless, that was able to manipulate and use something other than power, which is using his mind in order to deconstruct the strongest team on the planet, world's strongest defense on his own. Like, overall, I think the movie was fair. Both movies have great action.
I will say,
go ahead.
Ragnarok, though, we see Thor kind of not be as serious. You know, it loses.
Levels up. He levels up. He levels up for sure.
Uses his true power. We see him grow as a character, as a hero, get stronger. Goes to this whole planet, finds Hulk, battling Hulk, and at the end of this movie, he's now the new king of Asgard. He has to figure out what he's gonna do to lead his people, how he's gonna lead them. Had to destroy.
He went through a lot.
Found out he had a sister. Lost his father.
I think I have to go with Thor on this one too.
Lost his father, overcame that.
Civil War was a good movie.
It was a good movie.
It was a good matchup, like everyone said, but I think I gotta lean Thor too. I think the little bit of, I always liked how Thor threw a little bit of comedy in it.
Come on, man. We had a realistic. Go ahead.
I also like to see how Thor evolved in that movie. You get to see him power up a little bit.
That's true.
See what he's really capable of.
Because you gotta think
it was a great story to progressing.
That is true. And that movie essentially kind of like leveled him up to what he was in Infinity War. And seeing him stepping on that battlefield, coming out of the sky, jumping up.
To be honest, Civil War is just like a petty fight over some bullshit.
It really was.
What are you trying to savor the moment?
Like those two are really, really beefing over some power.
I will say.
But they're all on the same team.
Yeah, bro. Iron Man getting mad at Steve Rogers.
Like that was some real life petty shit.
But look, it was for a good reason. Like, let's be real. That's a real problem that they have to think about in a world like that. We have these people with these superpowers. Yes, they protect us, but should they be able to just do everything on their own? You know what I'm saying? That's a real question.
Yes. What?
Do them invincible.
You have,
and bro,
you have
facts.
people from outside this planet trying to destroy it, and you're just not going to let them go to action? What are we talking about?
That's true.
I don't care how much damage they do. They just
I'd
save
rather
the
damage
world.
Okay, but their point is like,
damage
okay, let's
cities
say
than some alien.
The army ain't taking care of that. I can tell you right now.
so. Like, they got stuff overseas though. That's where their whole problem came from. Stuff overseas, and it went bad. So you got the Avengers. I forgot what country they're in, but
They're in France.
they're chasing the dude, and they end up killing a whole bunch of civilians, trying to stop him from trying to contain the explosion. That's the problem. Like, if they weren't over there,
What do
if
you
they're
want them to do? Do you want
stay
them
away,
to let it explode?
let's stay away, and it wouldn't even explode. He was going after Captain America. It only blew up because Captain America was there. If Captain America was never there, yeah, they probably would have stole whatever they were stealing or whatever they were doing, but more civilians would be alive. I think that's the point they were trying to get to, and I get that. Like,
but then it gets to a point of when is it going to be too late? You know what I'm saying? Because it could have gotten worse. And then it's like, when it's worse, then what you gonna do? Like imagine, let's see, whole Infinity War thing happened. Avengers just sat back, didn't do nothing. And then Thaddeus Ross was like, all right, now y'all can go after Thanos. He already done snapped his finger. Like at that point, bro, it's like, what's the whole point of having heroes?
I get that, but the point is, my point I'm trying to get to is that is like a true and a realistic problem and issue that would have to be considered. Like, they harped on it and kind of built a story around it, and they made it the problem to split the team up so we can see the team become divided in order to come back together. Like,
but you know what they call that in real life? Collateral damage.
Really, like Invincible.
Like if we want to put this in a real life situation, let's think of like Gaza or however you say it. I don't really know. I'm not too informed. But like, what about all the civilians that died there?
It's like war in other countries.
It's literally just war, but like, this is with external factors, stuff that regular humans could not take care of.
I get both perspectives. I'm just doing it for the sake of argument. You feel me?
Me too.
I get both. So,
all right, man. We got Guardians of the Galaxy, Captain America, Winter Soldier.
Absolutely. Although Guardians was a great movie.
I love how there's no argument there.
Ant-Man and the Wasp or Shang-Chi?
Shang-Chi.
I love how there's no argument there.
Captain America, Deadpool and Wolverine.
Deadpool Wolverine.
Yeah.
Black Widow or Doctor Strange?
Doctor Strange.
Absolutely.
Okay, this might be a little bit of a discussion.
Yeah. We got a little
Spider-Man Homecoming.
We got a little battle. That Incredible Hulk stood out to me a lot when I was young, bro. Young 9-year-old. That movie was fire to me. Spider-Man.
I will say, personally, I think Spider-Man Homecoming is one of the best in the Spider-Man trilogy. I really liked that movie really well. Which one?
I'm gonna have to go Spider-Man.
I'm gonna have to go Spider-Man too.
I was gonna say Spider-Man, but yeah, the Hulk had his place in my heart.
The thing with that Hulk movie, like if it
it's
would have looked better,
but I don't know if it's something I could go back and watch.
I'd go back and watch it, but like comparatively, if it would have looked better, like CGI a little better.
Well, I'm not even gonna ask the question for this one. Infinity War, Quantumania.
No need, brother.
Yeah, Infinity War. Ooh,
no need. Endgame.
This is a bit of a. Are we sure? Age of Ultron or Endgame?
I've only watched Endgame one time. Believe it or not.
This isn't Infinity War and Endgame. We're not counting the whole story together. This is just Endgame. You know,
I'm going. And here's why. Oh, actually, I'm gonna let y'all go first. Go ahead. Say y'all picks first.
I was gonna go Age of Ultron as well.
Actually, you know what? The more I think about it, it might be Age of Ultron.
I think the reason, because we got to think back.
The villain.
I was gonna say yes, villain. And when we rated these movies, Endgame was rated lower than I think Age of Ultron, if I remember correctly.
Like I said, I only watched that movie one time, and there's a reason for that.
It's like at the same time, like Ultron, like That was like Thanos before Thanos.
And Ultron was a really good villain in that movie, and I think like
he low-key had the same mindset.
it's true.
But
And I think Age of Ultron is a underrated movie as well that gets forgotten about.
it is very
with
underrated.
how good it actually is. Because like this sets up everything that goes forward after this. It sets up like Ragnarok, like Thor not being on Earth. Sets up the Sokovia Accords. Everything
Wanda
with
and
them having
Quicksilver
to
being on the team. Yeah,
like them having to come back together. So Endgame is still a good movie though.
it was good. It was just a lot. It was so much. It was like a bunch of like better kind of put together with some cool fight scenes and seeing all of our favorite heroes.
And I think
it was long.
And I think Endgame was more predictable. Like you knew that they were gonna win.
Oh yeah, it was very predictable.
Black Panther, Iron Man 2.
Black Panther.
Black Panther.
Yeah.
I have a question before we even. Do y'all think that's one of the best like origin story first movies for a superhero?
Yeah, Black Panther was really good. They did a really good job with that movie.
All right, Captain Marvel or Captain America: Brave New World.
Captain America: Brave New World.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Brave New World. Marvel was good though.
I was gonna say the first Captain Marvel movie was good.
It's better
than the Marvels. The Marvels are just
Avengers or Thor.
Avengers. I have to go with. Gotta go the OG.
Yeah.
Oh, another good one. Another battle.
Thor: Dark World or Eternals. You know, I've probably watched these movies the same amount of time.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to be honest with you. I'm gonna have to sit this one out.
I'll say.
Which one didn't you see?
You know which one I didn't see.
I will say it's gonna go to Eternals. I think that
you think Eternals is better?
Yes. I don't think Eternals was like
I don't know
a terrible movie like most people think. I feel like it has some good aspects. I just think there were some elements to the movie that they could have just done better and made it a better movie overall. But I think the characters in it are more interesting than the Dark World. I think seeing this new group was more interesting. I think if you have a different, writer or director, I feel like that movie Eternals might be discussed more than some of these other movies. I feel like it might be up there with some of these other ones. But Thor: The Dark World, that's like a forgotten movie, bro.
It's very forgotten.
I think I'm gonna lean Eternals too.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think there's more potential with it. You know, I feel like they could rebound.
Oh, so.
I was trying to think of the purpose of Thor: Dark World.
Just the second, just the
Infinity Stone.
Yeah, that was it. See, and that's a discussion to be had too with some of these first phase movies. Are they really that good, or were they just done so we can introduce an Infinity Stone? Because that was just like, all right, let's just introduce an Infinity Stone. Like, no purpose. That was the only purpose. That was it. All right. Guardians Volume 3, Thor: Love and Thunder.
Guardians Volume 3.
Guardians.
Absolutely Guardians.
Enjoyment for me probably be more Love and Thunder just because it was funny. But Guardians is the better movie. No Way Home or the first Iron Man?
Oh, that first Iron Man. That first Iron Man was
a banger. It's one of the OGs. It
is the OG.
I'm going first Iron Man.
Iron Man.
That movie was good.
Ooh, that's hard.
No Way Home. I think I would say I enjoyed No Way Home, but I think that Iron Man overall of what it is a better movie. Yeah, that's my answer.
So we got 2 Iron Mans.
I definitely think I got. It's tough. It is tough, but I think I gotta go OG Iron Man, and it's what hooked us.
But when I'm in the theaters with my cousins. You got Tony Stark using the technology, putting the holograms on his arm and stuff. I ain't never seen that before. I'm like, bro, oh whoa! I'm thinking it's all real.
Guardians Volume 2, Spider-Man: Far From Home.
Far From Home.
Got Mysterio, Ego. Yeah, I'm gonna go Far From Home. I truly just do not.
Yeah, I think I only saw it once, and I'm trying to think back at it. I think I only saw that movie once.
Saying, bro, like it cannot be that good.
Personally, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. The first one is my favorite.
The first one, yes.
First one,
I would agree.
The first one is the best.
I like the third one too, but.
All right, what y'all think?
I'm gonna go Far From Home.
This one easy for me. No bias. Just being realistic.
Thor: Ragnarok, Captain America: Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier.
I'm
not gonna lie to y'all. That movie is top 2 on this list. Easy. Oh, this is a good one right here. This next one is.
Let's see. Shang-Chi. Ooh.
It's a good
Deadpool
one.
and Wolverine.
This is a good one.
The good one, but it's Deadpool and Wolverine for me.
I'm going Shang-Chi.
I want to go Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yes. I'm going Shang-Chi. Excuse me,
Oh.
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi.
Oh.
It's Shang-Chi, bro.
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi, to me.
Great origin story.
Yes. I would put Black
Bro, the
Panther
fact that
number
this is
one.
the only Deadpool movie on this list, so it's crazy.
Oh, it's the only
Well,
Marvel Deadpool movie. That's
Yeah,
why.
it's only a Marvel Deadpool movie. And I'm going Shang-Chi second. Origin stories. This movie has gotten a lot of comparisons to Winter Soldier-esque, having that feel. A lot of great fight scenes, a great villain, a new hero that I feel like is one of those ones that maybe not a lot of people know about, but they
That we still haven't seen again.
They really made a good. Bro, speaking on that, they will eventually show him. I was listening to a podcast, and this dude, I'm not gonna say what the podcast was. He was, bro, he was complaining about post credit scenes and how it's taken so long for Marvel to address post credit scenes. Y'all do realize that we got a post credit scene for Adam Warlock. Guardians of the Galaxy came out in 2014. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 came out in 2023, and they just addressed Adam Warlock. Like, come on, bro. You can't complain about that. But yeah, man, great fight scenes, a great world, a new world we're not used to seeing, and there's a lot of potential with Shang-Chi and the 10 Rings, and just getting to know them more and understanding their powers.
There's also a lot of
what they can
potential
be
with
used
Deadpool
for.
joining Marvel.
And Wolverine being back.
That is true. That is true. But I think if we're talking which movie is overall better, I feel like Shang-Chi takes it, whereas Deadpool and Wolverine might be more enjoyable as far as seeing
It was for me.
Deadpool and Wolverine interact on screen. But other than that, it's like that movie was like pretty much just that, just to see them interact on screen. Like it
was
wasn't
very straightforward.
Yeah, like there wasn't much more depth to it.
We
as far
got what
as,
we
like,
wanted,
Shang-Chi.
though. We
Yeah.
did get what we wanted.
Yeah.
We did. It was more enjoyable than Shang-Chi to me. But overall, I think Shang-Chi is the better movie. It had more depth.
Probably true, because we haven't seen Shang-Chi again. It's got more potential.
So what I'm hearing is
Mega Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi moves on.
But Deadpool Wolverine was a good movie. I will say that. It was a good movie. Some of these matchups are just tough.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange or Spider-Man Homecoming.
Two origin stories.
Yeah, these are two origin stories. I will say they were good movies.
Or not. Spider-Man not really working. You get our drift.
For this, I might have to go Doctor Strange. Now I'll explain why.
Like in terms of origin movies, it's gotta be Doctor Strange.
Well, I wouldn't Homecoming. I get what y'all saying, but just to clarify, not specifically how it started, just the first movie of their respective series.
Yeah.
I'd have to go Doctor Strange 2 out of this mess as well.
Yeah, I'll go Doctor Strange as well.
I think for me, it's just more like seeing like that magic being used and seeing like the stuff that they did with it, and like seeing all the different scenes of how they bent the buildings and seeing all of like that type stuff is more enjoyable to me than Spider-Man Homecoming.
It opened up a whole new world of possibilities.
Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Age of Ultron.
Infinity War.
Yep.
Definitely Infinity
That
War.
movie was a game changer.
Yeah, that's tough because without Ultron, Age of Ultron, you don't get Infinity War. Black Panther, Captain America, Brave New World.
Black Panther.
Yeah.
All right. Avengers or Eternals?
The Avengers.
Eternals. Guardians Volume 3 or Iron Man?
Iron Man.
Guardians movie was good, but it's probably got to be Iron Man.
Bro, stand up for yourself, bro. If you think Volume 3 is better, just fight for it.
And then let me tell you why you're wrong.
Right. I think this is what? 2, 4, 6, 8? Elite 8? Bro, get this movie out of here, bro. Spider-Man Far From Home shouldn't have made it this far. Spider-Man Far From Home, Captain America Winter Soldier. No debate.
Winter Soldier.
Yeah, Winter Soldier is making it to the. Like, what are we talking about? I knew that from the start. What are we talking
Shang-Chi
about?
or Doctor Strange?
I'm
going
For
Shang-Chi.
these two movies, I gotta go Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi. I watched it more. I enjoyed it more.
Infinity War or Black Panther?
Infinity War.
That's another whole movie. No, forget it. I'm fighting for my life for Black Panther.
Go for it. Go for it.
No, I'm not gonna do that. Avengers or Iron Man, bro. I should
Probably gotta be Iron Man.
I should have did this without the Avengers movies, bro. Should have just did straight individual movies. I'm going Avengers.
Yeah, I might have to go Avengers too.
Got you.
But it really don't matter who wins this one.
Because they gonna lose. Oh no, it's at the top. It's higher up.
No, they're gonna lose regardless.
Right to this at least.
All right, we got.
That's gonna be Winter Soldier
and Infinity War.
Infinity War.
I knew it was gonna be like that.
Winter Soldier or Shang-Chi?
Winter Soldier.
Hey, bro, there's an argument to be had here.
On this one?
Not really.
No, there's not.
I feel like there is, bro.
I don't think so at all.
Like there is.
You can go ahead. Go explain yourself.
Bro, you gotta say that at least Shang-Chi is the Winter Soldier of this new phase.
Maybe.
Am I right or am I wrong?
With fight scenes, sure. That's it.
Bro,
that's it, bro.
The whole Shang-Chi. I have to agree, bro. Winter Soldier. Infinity War.
Just go ahead and click what you need to click, big dog.
All right, I got you, bro.
The 3 right there.
All right.
We already knew it.
Let's have the discussion.
Now an argument to be had.
Okay.
I already know.
Doesn't matter though because it's Infinity War.
I already know what's going to happen.
This is tough for me. Captain America Winter Soldier is my favorite MCU movie overall. But there's no bias here, so let's break it down. That movie was so good from the plot, the story, the build-up, the villains, everything, fight scenes.
That's cool and all.
I'm breaking everything down.
Go ahead.
All that's cool. Like as a movie, that I don't think they checked off all the boxes. I don't think not one box was unchecked. Now we go to Infinity War, the game changer, the one that did something that's never been done before.
Yes, we heroes saw them lose, bro. And I'm using what you've said on this pod probably since like day one that we really talked about MCU, Marvel, and everything. We saw the heroes lose. In the discussion. It's Infinity War. There's no need to.
But just because the heroes lost, does that mean the movie's better?
Yes.
Yes, more realistic.
Yeah,
it's more realistic, but
because it's something we haven't seen before.
We're literally. I know y'all remember this. We're in the theater after this movie, and it's silent. Not a single word, peep, nothing. Nobody knew how to react because we never seen that before, and we watched it on the big screen for the first time ever.
Not even that. We saw it in the heroes' faces, reactions of when they realized that
they lost.
Yes. I go, bro.
No, that's fire. That is fire.
Like
that's what I said.
That's what I said, bro. I should have took the Avengers movies out because it's not fair.
I already said it,
solo individual movie against an Avengers movie. Like
I said it earlier in this podcast, bro. I said Captain America Winter Soldier is top 2. I didn't say it was one for a reason. I'm already knowing. But dang, bro. Both of these movies are fire.
Now imagine these films. Imagine they met up round one.
Yeah, that would be annoying. That would piss me off.
That would have been crazy. Yeah, no, I should have took the Avengers movies out. Just did solo films.
Yeah, I would have.
I think solo film wise, I feel like personally, it would have came down to Shang-Chi and Winter Soldier.
But then it would still be Winter Soldier.
You putting Shang-Chi over Black Panther?
They're very similar. I will say.
Winter Soldier definitely would have won it, but I'm just asking. It would have won the whole thing without question.
I don't know. Black Panther was really good. Timing of when Black Panther came out was in February. Black History Month.
They knew what they were doing, bro.
Exactly.
They knew exactly what they were doing.
I feel like that movie hit. Oh, yeah. Black Panther, one of my favorite heroes too.
One of the coolest characters ever exist.
That's tough.
But it really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because Winter Soldier would have won. That was good. That was pretty good. It was a good matchup.
There was a few first round matchups that were solid.
There were some solid matchups. But I don't, bro, some of these, Spider-Man movies, bro, they should have been pitted together. against each other. Should have never made it this far, personally speaking.
Who has the best
Until-
trilogy? Who has the best set of
That's a
movies?
good question. So you got Iron Man, Captain America, Thor,
Spider-Man,
Spider-Man, Ant-Man,
Ant-Man.
Guardians.
I believe that is
I think that's it. I'm
Captain
gonna
America up
go.
there.
It's probably Cap.
I think it's Captain America. He up
I'm
there.
gonna go Captain America 1. I would go
Spider-Man 2.
Here's where it
Between
might be a little
Spider-Man
different for
or
me. I'm gonna go Guardians
I
2.
was gonna say it'd be between those two.
I put Spider-Man 2.
Then 3, I would have to go Thor.
Over Spider-Man? Nah, couldn't do it. It has both Dark World and it has Love and Thunder in there. Nope.
Okay, yeah. No, I go Spider-Man, Thor, then Ant-Man.
I can't be mad at that.
Yeah.
Even though our second place is interchangeable, but I can't be mad at the rest of the list. I'm cool with that.
Just the way it goes. But you know who I think has potential to join this conversation and potentially change up that list?
Chunky.
Black Panther. If Black Panther's third movie is
It has
as
to be
good
a
as
banger.
the first one, or even better, it's an argument to be had.
It has to be a banger.
Argument to be had. I think this might have been the first little tournament / discussions that we had where we didn't have too many disagreements.
It was decently clean.
Very fluid. Not too many arguments. So when it comes to this Marvel stuff, there's quite a few.
Yeah.
Get into it a little bit.
It can get a little dicey. It can get a little, you know what I'm saying, heated.
But low key though, I've been watching that Spider-Man, that Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man animated show, and it's actually really good.
I still haven't checked that out yet.
I have some questions for it, but I'll say that is good.
I gotta check it out. How many episodes? Oh, okay.
You can get to it pretty quick.
Y'all need to be watching Invincible and Solo Leveling though. That's what y'all need to be watching.
I already finished Invincible. I just gotta watch Solo Leveling.
Good.
I'm gonna catch up.
Mark finally stepped. You feel me? Doing you?
Nah, bro. Forget Mark. He ain't level up. We watched this man do a whole training session in the beginning just to see him get his ass.
But you gotta think, bro. That's yeah. It's because he keep holding back, and that's his problem. He needs to just let loose.
Bro, he's too human. That's what it is.
I know, and that's why I like him. Cause he's not just out here just flipping the switch. Like that'd be too unrealistic.
I ain't gonna lie.
This is a kid that grew up human. He's still a teenager. He should not just be you feel me?
True, but Spider-Man ain't get beat up that much. Spider-Man ain't get dragged through his city twice.
Hey, all I gotta say is watching Solo Leveling while Invincible was coming out is a breath of fresh air. Let me just say that.
Bro.
Because you watch Mark get beat up, you're like, oh my God, bro, come on. Then you go watch Solo, it's like, all right, bet. Now we got, you feel me? Luke know what I'm talking. Look at Luke. It's a breath of fresh air.
Nah, I gotta watch Solo.
Because Mark be pissing me off sometimes.
Bro.
You get Fire Force, you know.
Fire Force coming back?
Yeah.
Damn, I forgot all about Fire Force. I don't even know what happened in that show.
I had to
rewatch. Should have just left it.
Bro, that show can be so good. Okay, fan service. It is excessive. It is not necessary. I like seeing a titty and some cheeks as much as the next guy. But at the end of the day, I want to watch the show. I want to see some action. I want to see stuff blow up and catch on fire. I don't want to see a girl trip out of her clothes. She tripped out of her clothes, bro. She tripped and she fell out of her clothes. Hey, now that happened in real life. Okay, cool. It don't though.
Yeah, this ain't realistic. Yeah, no, man. Mark, I hope season 3 for him? So season 4, I hope he get back. Boy, if I was him, you might as well change your name, retire as a hero, and just be a regular civilian. Because as a citizen of the invincible world, I do not want to see one of the strongest heroes get dragged not once, but twice through a city. And his name is Invincible.
I'm going to say that Invincible is top 3 on the list of worlds I would hate to live in.
Yes, 1,000%.
Terrible.
Imagine you just take a beach day, bro.
You on the beach chilling.
You're
vacation.
Not there no more.
All inclusive. You got these aliens flying through your body.
Bro, did y'all see that Instagram post that I sent? It was like this girl, she's like, I guess she must have been like a fan of Invincible, the show. She was just like, vacationing on a random beach. And then all of a sudden you just see Invincible coming at you, being held by the head.
The world would be terrible. It's something getting blown up or broken every day. I hate the construction workers be going through it. I'm already knowing.
Hey,
they never get no off time.
Dude, they steady got a job though.
They steady got a job.
Man, construction workers. What about the taxpayers?
Bro, Cecil was talking about every time you use that teleporter, it's like $1 million or something like that.
That is crazy. But I ain't gonna lie. Cecil low-key kind of weak too. That boy Mark talking about, help me, Cecil, help me. Cecil like, nah, bro.
Would you come out?
I'm good.
You seen that?
He said, "Nah, bro, I'm good. I ain't coming."
Bro, he blew up the whole city with his body. He punched his body and blew up the city. Oliver got this so dirty. Oh my gosh.
He
That
was
just
gonna.
had me crying.
I was insane.
Oliver needed that though. He needed to put some hair in his chest, see the reality of the world.
He
No,
got a
for
little
real.
taller.
He got a little taller, real quick growth spurt. I wouldn't recommend that method, but hey, if it works, go crazy.
You regenerate fast enough. You'll be all right.
The thing is, they don't though, regular, but it does happen. As long as they're alive, they'll be all right.
No, I think for
Eventually.
Oliver, he might heal
Oh,
faster.
actually, you might be right. Actually, because he does everything faster. I forgot about that.
Because I was gonna say because he grew.
He's not. He's human.
Yeah, bro. I don't know where they're going with that.
Isn't that crazy how strong the Viltrumite cells are to make it look human, even though the mother was a bug? Like that's crazy how strong those cells are. Those DNA.
Why is Bug so big in the anime?
They can keep
Yeah,
it
that's-
though.
Bro, it's
Even the
crazy
enemy?
how much like
But hold on, did we?
Hunter-
No, we haven't.
No, I think we should probably do that.
Hey, y'all might just get some extra content, bro. We're gonna sit here and have a whole discussion.
This guy.
Hit the Patreon, go
Yeah.
any topic, man. Exploit all that.
I don't know about that, but hey, if y'all enjoyed today's episode, man, make sure y'all leave a like. You know what I'm saying? Leave a little comment. Leave a review on y'all thoughts on the pod so far. If y'all have been with us for a while, make sure y'all follow us on Instagram, follow us on TikTok. Make sure to subscribe to us on YouTube. Turn on the notification bell. Leave a like, comment. Subscribe to us. Share us with your friends and family. As always, man, C4 Table Talk out. Deuces.
Peace and love, baby.
That's what I'm